Hello Moonbeams, it's Nikki from Major Tarot and I'm here with a little unboxing and a flip through of the Somnia Tarot. Now I know that a lot of people have had this on Tarot Tube. It's not really a new deck or anything like that, but I thought I would still do a flip through, go through my first impressions and yeah, show you this beauty. So stick around for the unboxing. So it's a very cold and foggy day today, so I thought I would cozy on up and get this video of the Somnia Tarot unboxing. I can't wait. I've been waiting to, start using this. I definitely think it's going to be in my February deck selection, and I'm so excited that I got this. I struggle with being able to buy indie decks, mainly because a lot of indie decks are in America or overseas, and the postage is, sometimes half, if not more than half, of the actual tarot deck. Plus obviously indie decks are more expensive to create. I understand that, and I really struggle with, I had this on my wish list for a year, and I was, looking at it, and I just couldn't justify, getting it there. But Cheryl at Oneness Emporium has managed to get it in her shop, so she does have some like indie decks that you can buy. I got the Night Visions Tarot as well, and it made it a little bit more affordable, and I got it in the Black Friday sale as well, so I saved a little bit. So I wouldn't have been able to get this deck without Cheryl at Oneness Emporium. Like, she is an absolute legend for being able to get these through. So this is the Somnia Tarot. This is the revised edition, so there is some little changes from the original by Nicholas Bruno. There is a Somnia Oracle as well, which I am very tempted by, but I've already seen a oracle that might go very well with this, a mass market one, because again, I'm a stay-at-home mum at the moment, so I don't have the means to be able to buy lots and lots of decks all the time and buy, treat myself to an indie deck. I got this purely because it was Christmas and I used my Christmas money and saved it up. So I've already got a mass market oracle in mind to kind of pair with this. I don't usually do deck pairings, but I thought that this one, I did want something that kind of went with it. So let's get into it. It's in this absolutely lovely sturdy box with the, the magnetic closure. It's got the magnetic closure. It's this beautiful gold foiling. It just screams opulence. It really, really does. You've got the book. So originally with the original deck, you had to buy the guidebook separately, and it was a bigger book, but it's now been condensed into, this book. I'm not gonna lie, I am gonna struggle to read some of this, so I've got a magnifying glass coming, but it's got everything you kind of need to know in the guidebook there, and I will be using this probably as my February like study deck, looking into using it with the guidebook. So here are the cards, and then you've got the same thing as the back on the bottom of the box, which has just confused me because I thought there was an extra card in there. So it's a really, really sturdy, good quality box. They've not skimped on this. Then the beautiful gold edging, absolutely beautiful. I'm not keen on like foiling just because of what it does to my hands, but like a sensory thing, but I do love how it looks. You know, it's not easy on the hands, but it's easy on the eyes. But this is beautiful. So yeah, this beautiful backs, and it is really decent, you know, decent cardstock. None of your, you know, cheap and nasty thin like paper. It's really good cardstock. So without further ado, let's go into. So I think some of the cards have either been zoomed in, or I think it's been more zoomed in rather than zoom out. It'd be interesting to compare it to the original, and some of the, like, I think the original people were saying it was quite dark, in terms of not dark as in a dark theme, but dark as in the pictures were dark. So some of the pictures I think have been lightened up, and I like this, like, you know, he's taking that leap, but he's taking things with him. You know, that idea, usually we see the fool as like carefree and yay, I'm skipping and jumping and I've got a backpack, you know, a little backpack, but he's taking everything with him. Like, that's such a different way of looking for it. And he's got the scissors there ready to take that leap and jump. Wow. I'm already getting excited. This is the first time I've actually looked through this properly. And the magician there, everything he needs. I love this, and I love like the use of the smoke. High priestess, the 2 pillars of smoke, loving that. It's just the fact that there's no faces, it just gives it such a like dreamlike quality. There, I love that she's sewing. She's got the candle there. She's got the water. It's giving very Ophelia vibes for me with the water. I don't know why, maybe because of the hair and things like that. The Emperor, interesting. The power of leadership weighs heavy. Yeah, interesting. And he's got hold of it. With great power, that's it. With great power comes great responsibility. Not to get it donked on your head. Yeah, you can tell I'm a Marvel fan. I always quote Marvel. The Hierophant, interesting. I like it almost looks like marbling around the back. The Lovers, that choice. The Chariot, I'm going to try and not, I love chatting about these cards, but I'm going to try and not spend too much time with, you know, going through them. But yeah, like the 2 people are carrying it. The person. Strength. Oh, loving that. This is the first photography deck that I own, like proper photography deck. The Hermit, loving all the chaos and the waves around him. He's still there. The Wheel of Fortune, interesting. The clock is ticking. So it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, 10 o'clock there. I'm just getting 2 minutes to midnight now in my head now. Yeah. Yeah, the clock is ticking. Justice. The Hanged One. The Hanged Man. It almost feels like that's a different character kind of coming in, but obviously we know it's a reflection. But it's really weird how it plays on things. Death, which is the cover of the box, is this image. Just simple, beautiful. Temperance. Love that, the pouring the tea or the coffee, whatever your choice of beverages. The Devil, loving that. He's not like no horns in sight. I love that. Like, yeah, modern day like twist on it. The Tower. Oh, this is a really different interpretation. Like, you know, burying your head in the sand, the tower's going to fall. Yeah, there's going to be so many journaling. So many. I'm so excited. There's going to be so many journaling possibilities from this. The star up there on the hill. I kind of see this from, I have a lot of hills round where I live, and we've quite often gone up in the snow because it kind of looks like snow. We've gone up in the snow, and there was a time when, and I think it was April, I think it was like snowing in April, and I was at the top of the hill, and I was like, how am I going to get down? Because I struggle with my mobility and my balance. And I was like, oh, I think I had to nearly go down on my behind. But yeah, it just gives me that weird thing of how am I going to get down, which does thingy with the star, like have hope that you can, you know, you've climbed the mountain, you can get back down again. Because I always think, you know, people say climbing the mountain's the hard bit. No, for me, getting back down is harder. You know, descending is harder than ascending. I find it easier climbing up hills than it does going down, just because of my you know, my balance and things like that. And it's also, going downhill is worse on like your knees than going uphill. Anyway, fun fact for you, the moon there, that's interesting. I have to really, like, this is a perfect deck for a deck study. The sun, pretty straightforward. Judgment, I liking that. I like that they've kept the traditional symbolism in as well. I love the use of ladders in this. The world there in the book. Knowledge is power. And it's a bed. Wow. It's given me if you've seen the Broadway version of the musical Hairspray, you'll know what I'm talking about with the bed. We had to actually create, because we did it at school. Well, not me doing it at school. I was stage managing as a teacher, and we had to have this bed with a sheet on and everything. It's giving me Hairspray vibes. It's strange how images can just conjure up these memories and things. So yeah, the Ace of Swords, the 2, traditional kind of Rider-Waite feel. The 3, it kind of sticks, I think, a lot to the 4. Love that they're pinned down. The 5, I'm going to try and flick through these quicker. Loving that. And I love the ropes kind of keeping him from getting up to that. The 6, I love anything with a hot air balloon in. It gives me like Wizard of Oz vibes. The 7, interesting depiction. It really thingies into the 7 of Swords being imposter syndrome, or, you know, feelings of the deceit that are not kind of there, or that you create in your own mind, like, oh, somebody's unfollowed me on Facebook, they've slighted my name type thing, you know what I mean? It's like how we carry that perceived like rejection or deceit. The 8, the 9, it's interesting, that one. The 10, it's almost like he's about to rise again, like magic trick. Yeah, wow, I love that, because I always say the 10 of Swords has that hope in it. You know, yeah, we might have been betrayed, we might have had a Julius Caesar moment, we might be, you know, beaten, bloodied and battered, but there is hope. And that, I like the way that that's taken it. The page, I got the pen is mightier than the sword there, but it's not a pen, it's when you're making music there, Pied Piper style. The Knight, the Queen, she's taken the blindfold off, interesting. Loving this. The king. Again, the weight of responsibility, balancing things. Then we've got the ace. I love that they've used fire within this and the smoke. The 2, very dedicated people that have done these pictures. The 3. I love that it's got different people in this, rather than just the one person with the 3 of Wands. Like, yeah, I like that that's put that kind of community, and because usually, you know, the 3 of Cups is community, the 3 of Pentacles is built, you know, joint enterprise, and a lot of Rider-Waite Smith decks have a lone person in it. And for me, the 3 is about kind of 3 is the magic number. I love the way that, you know, we're all getting our torches out. Yeah. The 4, 5. Oh yeah, somebody blowing your candles out. Yeah. Popping your bubble. The 6. Yay, yay, I've got the candlestick. The 7. I'd probably need a whole booklet for a case study on this. The 8. Wow. The 9. That's interesting. And then the page. Ooh. The Knight. By candlelight. The Queen. I love how they've got the candle in their face. And then the King. And different viewpoints. Like the King's looking back. Then we've got the Ace of Cups. 2 of Cups. Love this. The 3. Yeah. Coven card. The 4. Oh, yeah. It's gonna trip up. Not seeing things. The 5. Yeah, bound by grief. That's a really good depiction of it. The 6. The 7. Love this. I love that somebody's popping up. Hello. Yeah, just my warped mind. The 8. Yeah, leaving those cups behind, moving on. The 9. The cups are floweth over. Oh, but what if somebody takes that? You know, I always say the 9 of Cups sometimes is, you know, some people fail to see their fulfillment and abundance in emotionally that, you know, is round and stuff, and it can be all taken away, or it's strengthening it. And then the 10. I love that it's bouncing off each other. Then the page. The Knight. Tough. He's prepared with an umbrella for the emotional downpouring. The Queen. I love that they're interacting with the water. She's, you know, nurturing the plant. And then the King. He's knee deep in it. I always say that the King of Cups is like the emotional rock in the storm. It's not going anywhere. It's strong. It's stable. Yeah. There's like water everywhere. Then we've got the Pentacles. Ooh, that's a tricky situation. The 3. The 4. Yeah, buried treasure. The 5. Oh, the bottom of the barrel. Yeah. Like not being able to see it. 6. It's interesting that this one makes it. I always feel like it's people giving that person. You know what I mean? Like the you know, it seeing this from a like a consumerist lens, like that's like your big bosses type thing, and that's the, you know, the lowly people who don't have a lot of money giving to the rich to make the rich richer. It's an interesting, it just made me think about that, how, you know, we're feeding the big businesses and stuff, like your, you know, your conglomerates. Then the 7, very like traditional Rider-Waite-Smith there. So I think this is quite easy for, you know, if you know the Rider-Waite-Smith quite well, it's easy to kind of pick up. The 8, the 9, then we've got our Page, working hard, digging deep. Then we've got our Knight. He's been doing his work. He's got a lot to offer. Our Queen, she's got the resources all around her. And then our King, and another weight kind of added in there. Our King of Pentacles, he's got lots of baggage and things weighing him down, maybe. Oh, and that's interesting. It's got a little pendulum board in there. I like that. That's just a nice, I've just been using my pendulum actually, so yeah, it'd be interesting. My pendulum doesn't I was to say, my pendulum doesn't swing that way. It doesn't go like up and down or left or right for yes or no. It does a different thing for no entirely. And there's a little card about the, and I'm really struggling to read it. You now possess the authentic printing of the Somnia Tarot. The Somnia Tarot captures the essence of dreams, nightmares, and surreal landscapes of the unconscious mind. The collection of art is a genuine representation of Nicholas Bruno's visionary works, blending dream work experience with traditional divination. Each image from the series was created through photography, sculpture, costume design, and dream journal entries. May these artworks illuminate your path and bring you insight, inspiration, and clarity in your readings. And then that's signed Nicholas Bruno. And that's a lovely, lovely little addition to the book. I'll take them out because that's the thingy. And the spirit, oh no, it's the same. I thought the pendulum board was a bit stronger than the thing. So let's see how they shuffle. Let's do a shuffle. As I say, ow, the gilding. I'm gonna have to wear the gilding down a bit. So yeah, they shuffle decent. They have got a bit of like, because they're matte as well, they've got a bit of noise to it, but not too much. It's not too like loud. I don't like a loud shuffle with the sensory thing. It just gets on my nerves. So I'm gonna have to shuffle off camera, but let's try. Let's see what card do we know today. Oh, we've got Page of Swords. So let's see what. Let's find. Oh, and I've just opened it up right to the Page of Swords. So we've got vigilance, surveillance, situational awareness. As twilight transitions into daybreak, the Page of Swords examines the horizon laden with clouds through his prized spyglass. So it's not, I thought it was a flute like the Pied Piper of Hamelin. Both the sword and the adjacent tree bend towards the page's direction, as if taking part in the act of surveillance. Waking before dawn, the page arrives to take notes of obstacles and potential adversaries. The page strategically plans his blade beside him so that he is ready to deploy against impending conflict. Whatever intense discipline or internal anxiety fueled this act of vigilance, the page will prevail and triumph over future untold mysteries. So yeah, it's saying mysteries there. Be vigilant, be wary, be cautious, kind of with your words, or kind of plan strategically. Yeah, so that's the Page of Swords there, and yeah, they're bending in, and he's watching and waiting. I love it. This is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck, and I can't wait to use it. I'll probably have it in my February favorites. I definitely think this is going to be a deck that I'm gonna, you know, study, look, use the guidebook quite a lot before and definitely I'm going to be using this for more my own personal readings as well, rather than, unless people request for it to be used. But sometimes you know, the guides will shout what deck they want to use with a reading. So I did a reading for my beautiful friend today, yesterday, and they screamed the deck that, you know, she likes out, and I was like, right, I'm not going to argue with that. I'm going to use the deck that she, you know, that calls to her. So yeah, this was the unboxing of the Somnia Tarot, and yeah, stick around for more. Don't forget, please, if you could like, subscribe, comment, it really, really does help me. What do you think of this deck? I'm so grateful to Cheryl at Oneness Emporium for having this deck, because I wouldn't have been able to get it otherwise. I think the same with the Night Visions Tarot. Yeah, my only wish list one now is the Lost Hollow, so that's and maybe MJ Cullinane decks, because again, the postage is nearly half the price of the deck, and that's sometimes a bit of pill to swallow when you're already paying, you know, X over what a mass market would be, and I understand that. But yeah, this I need to sell more readings. But yes, so thank you if you've made it to this part of the video. Let me know what your favorite card is. And yeah, I'm going to be doing next week, I'm going to be doing possibly a tag. I've seen a wonderful tag that I want to maybe do. And yeah, so thank you again, and I hope you have an absolutely magical weekend. Or if it's not your weekend, have a lovely week. And catch you later, Moo Memes.